Hi everyone. So there's been a lot of talk about ChatGPT and Claude. What's the difference? So I just wanted to show you quickly what I'm doing. Check the screen. I've create a project for your company, and then what you do is you go to projects. Once you've created a Claude account, then you can have a project per company. So the trick is what you need to do is start with the right purpose, and don't open it and just chat randomly. You want to create a project, and then from there want to train it on the data of what the company is. So you need to obviously put in a very clear project name, of course, and then you want to put in what the goal is, where you define what the project is. So for my business, RGA Global is an international property advisory and AI-enabled investment platform focused on UK, Dubai, Bali, and emerging global markets. Objective is to build structured investor proposals, due diligence packs, compliant marketing messaging, AI-driven workflows, and scalable advisory systems. Once you've entered that in, that obviously gives the project exactly what the context is of what you do. And then step 3 is you add instructions immediately. So once the project description explains what the project is, the instruction explains how Claude must behave inside that project. So you tap add instruction, and then what you do on the instruction folder. So here's the instruction section. Yeah. What I've done is I've added an instruction of the role. Number A, the role, tell Claude who it is inside the project. For RGA Global, we positioned as senior international property strategist, institutional investment analyst, compliance conscious advisory. You can see there we put in the core operating principles. Now, a lot of this, if you have trained ChatGPT, it'll give you the information. You just need to go into chat and say, I'm setting up Claude. What do I need to do to train it? And we'll guide you step by step. Once you put this in, you save your instructions. I've already done that. What you do next is files. So your very next step is, of course, you've got all your operating principles and everything under your instructions and your primary objectives saved. You then upload your files. So files are things like when you start a business, any entrepreneur should know this, but you need a brand Bible. You need to define the color branding, the color palette system, any brochures that you already have, any marketing guidelines, any logos, you throw them all in there, any visual identity assets that you may have already created or outsourced. You can put in things like due diligence templates and also project spreadsheets. You then save that into files. Step 5, you then obviously you've configured things. Step 5, use ChatGPT first to prepare the project properly. Before building the Claude project, use ChatGPT to help structure your input. To clarify the purpose of the project, define the project description, draft the behavior instructions, align language. This matters because Claude performs better when the project is set up with intentional clarity from the start. So in practice, ChatGPT became the architect, and then Claude becomes the project environment. What you do then, step 6, is transfer your ChatGPT thinking to Claude. The goal is not to dump everything into Claude at once. Layer 1 is the identity. So what is the business or brand? For me, examples, cross-border clients aware property investment. Layer 2 is your tone. Layer 3 is the role. Layer 4, constraints. Layer 5, source material. Step 7, test whether the project is actually working. So you don't assume the project is working, run a test. Once you've uploaded all of that, the next steps is you put in this prompt based on the uploaded brand Bible and color systems, define the non-negotiable visual and tone standards for all of my company's outputs going forward. So what you'll see what it's done now is it's actually then created a defined standard document of my brand standards. It's just taking a while to load. And then from there, so as you see that there, it says 2025, so it still makes a few mistakes. We can fix that quite quickly. It's probably because I've thrown in some information across from 2025, but there it gives all my brand colors. It puts it all nicely into a neat document. It tags everything for you. Put a solid business brand guidelines already formulated for you. What you then want to do is move from setup to execution. So put your positioning. You then put in define RGA Global's core positioning or your company's core positioning statement. include value proposition and whatever else you need to put in there. Chat, again, can help you with the instructions. So there I've defined our positioning, our value proposition, created access, advisory first, structural clarity, its input risk framing philosophy. So that's very powerful with what the information it's taken and what it's given me, which I can then roll out to my company and to my agents. It mentions the jurisdictions we're operating in: Dubai, UK, Mauritius, Bali. It identifies our target customer profile, and then it tells us how to use this positioning. You can then go on further and then from there create, for example, a 90-day execution roadmap to scale my company using AI-enabled funnels, structured advisory systems. I mean, leads are getting expensive, so things can be outsourced now, but I can plug that in there. And then I've trained the model on the projects, the files, the brand position, the guidelines. If you're interested in this kind of modeling, register. We'll be having a free masterclass very soon about this and helping real estate advisors. Even if you just want to set up your own small boutique company now, you don't need bloated expenses. We've got the software, we've got the tools. As you can see, it's busy coding in the background for me while we're having this conversation. And then from there, we can then automate our marketing using other software systems as well. So register the link below. Look forward to seeing you there. All the best. Take care.